Can you now describe your procedure for how you would feed toddlers and preschoolers?
Sure. On Saturdays, I go through and I meal plan for the entire week. I make sure that each of the different meals, you have to serve breakfast, AM snack, lunch, and a PM snack, all have the components that the USDA would like you to have. So, for example, for lunchtime, they want you to have a protein, a whole grain, a fruit, a veggie, and then milk. You have to serve milk at your breakfast and your lunch, but at snacks you can serve juice if you like, but the juice has to be 100% juice. After I plan for the entire week and make sure all the meals have the components that they need to have, I'll go shopping. Now, going to Mondays, I do have a toddler and I do have a preschooler in my care. Their food that they eat, it's basically you feed them the same, except for the toddler can't have the bigger pieces, so you have to cut the pieces smaller. For example, and then they can't have popcorn, and with grapes, you have to either cut them into fourths or you have to peel the grapes. And then they can't have carrots because they're too hard, so you'll have to cook the carrots for the toddlers, and they also can't have hot dogs. But other than that, it's basically the same for toddlers and preschoolers. When it comes to the actual mealtime, you want to make sure to wash your hands, but you also want to make sure that the kids wash their hands as well before and after the meal. And you sit them at the table, and that's a good time to have conversations with the children, to get them started with their manners, teach them how to say please and thank you. And
Do you serve family style?
at this time I do not, because
Okay.
I have the 3 babies in my care, but once the babies are old enough to sit at the table with us, we will do family style.
And I know you said you also have, young children, but for your own, how do like a fork and a spoon fit into that?
I do have child-sized forks and spoons, and they'll get a fork and spoon at each meal. They also get their own napkin. I do encourage them to use their fork and spoon. My toddler does have a little bit of trouble with that, so sometimes she'll use her fingers, but I just remind her to use her fork and spoon.
So it's not like it's because because she's not using her fork and spoon that you yell or use a strong voice. Like it's just recommending and encouraging her to.
Recommending, yep.
Okay.
A little bit reminding, like for example today she decided to use her fingers and put all her food onto the table. It's just, they like to play with their food. It's perfectly natural and part of development.
Okay. And she's taking an interest, so that's
Yes,
at least
she
a good
is.
thing.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.